Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. We're back with some more oxygen not included. Hope you're doing well today. We we finished the pip planting off stream. We did another 10 cycles and it was just nothing but pip planting, so you didn't miss anything. But yeah, if we just jump straight on in. Here we go. This is about 90 trees. I didn't actually count them, but we got some pips. We did actually have the pip branch set up in here as well. I think we're just going to set this to, what, 8 pips? And put the pips in here automatically. And then we'll start moving them in once the trees have actually grown. The issue is we kind of accidentally tamed a couple of them. So the ones that we did tame are kind of miserable, and I'm hoping that these trees actually grow out enough that the pips will start eating from them. Because I don't want the pips to starve because we tamed them too early. I don't know what the exact threshold is at which a tree is grown and which the pip will start eating from it, but I don't know, it should be fine. Anyways, so it's cycle 116, and we got lots of Pokeshells in here now. That's good. We're collecting all the Pokeshells in one place. So the point of all of these trees is so that we can actually get polluted dirt to feed Pokeshells with, because they eat a lot. Each Pokeshell eats 70 kilograms per cycle of polluted dirt. So each Arbor tree, if you look at this, each Arbor tree converts, well, it doesn't take any of these resources because it's wild planted. So the actual amount of wood we would expect to get is a quarter of this, so that would be 16.7 kilograms per cycle of wood, right? And then if we times that by about, say, 90, then that's going to be, I think, 1.5 tons of wood per cycle. So 1.5 tons of wood per cycle would mean that we can feed that to... let's see. So this is 0.6 tons per cycle of wood. So it would be 2.5 ethanol distillers. It's not as many as I thought it would be. So 2.5 ethanol distillers is going to produce about 833.3 grams per second of polluted dirt. So it's 500 kilograms per cycle of polluted dirt. And then the Pokeshells eat 70 each. So that's something less than a ranch.
Killer fish from San Diego. I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
Hello, I like Was. You are the killer fish for the evening. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so that maths suggests that we can't even have a full ranch of Pokeshells with 90 trees. That feels kind of weird. Perhaps we start with 3 ethanol distillers and we go from there and we see how much wood we actually get. I think we're going to want to build some mechatronics in here as well. The issue is we aren't going to get a lot of refined metal for mechatronics. So maybe the dupes can just get on with shoveling wood for now. One thing I definitely want to do, so we want to make a liquid lock so we can get into space, because all of the carbon dioxide that we're going to produce with these ethanol distillers, it's a lot of carbon dioxide. We don't want that going into the base. It's too much. So we're going to go ahead and just build these in space and then probably have some kind of cooling system for that. So how about what we do is, how about we tile this? We can get rid of these bits. And then I'm just going to build a liquid lock here, actually. You know what? That seems like a sensible idea. And we'll just do a little tunnel going out to space. So maybe just like this, and then we'll have just our typical design. We can just fill this with salt water. I don't think it needs to be anything fancy. And then, obviously, okay, we put the masks here. That's fine. Let's put the masks over here instead, and put that the other way. Yeah, we'll dump all the CO2 into space. Now, we're also going to end up with a lot of ethanol. What are we actually going to use the ethanol for? I mean, obviously, you could feed it to nosh sprouts. You could feed it to plume squashes. We don't have either of those. I guess what we're actually going to do is we're going to burn all the petroleum generators. Because that way we'll actually be able to generate the power to run all these ethanol distillers. And then we're not relying on a load of hydrogen. We've got a dartle in here for no reason at all. We got some skills. I have been skilling everyone up slightly. We may have to build some morale infrastructure at some point, but we haven't reached that point yet, so I think we'll be fine. Where are you, Pips? Yeah, you're still starving. Yeah, at what point do they actually eat from this? Let's see. But in any case, I think what we'll do is... Fire pole... Oh, I done goofed. There's neutronium here. Okay, well, we'll just build a ladder here, then. Maybe a very short fire pole. We don't actually have a lot of metal. I'm probably going to have to send someone back to the other asteroid to dig. There's not a lot of metal in this asteroid. And we did manage to save some by removing some of the doors from earlier. Now, I don't think we actually need all of these doors now. We only needed them in here so we could control the pips. But I'm less fussed about that now. So we can remove these ones. Obviously the ones for the actual ranch need to stay. The rest can go. This one, I think we leave... Yeah, because I don't think we normally want anyone going down here because this is a CO2 zone. This one we can remove as well. Oh, it's so gross. No, maybe we just drywall up to this point. Okay, don't do that one. Very important to do all the drywalling. There you go, that looks a little better. I guess we will priority 9 this stuff. And then the gas pipe, I guess, will go here instead. Sure. I mean, this bit's going to be full of hydrogen anyway, so maybe we keep these masks here. Actually, we're using metal to make these masks. It's not a lot of metal, though. I think this is fine. When they do the repairs, they don't actually use metal on the repairs. Oh, wow. That's funny. Yeah, here you go. Please don't die. That would be bad. Yeah, deliver some masks here. Basically, what I want to do today is I want to build all the ethanol infrastructure, start producing all this polluted dirt, and then we can start ranching the Pokeshells, but I also just want to make sure that the pips can actually eat the trees. Oh, I need to sweep up this salt water. That's fine. Where'd they go? Were they not just in here? Did I tile them? I did tile them. That's hilarious. Okay, well... relocate here. Do this, right? No. I think I'm gonna have to just release them. Where's the other one? Oh, maybe the cuddle pip just escaped. Yeah, the cuddle pip escaped. He's currently planting water weeds. Great, very helpful. You ain't gonna get anywhere eating those. Yeah, that's fine. And then, actually, I need to seal this up as well. Is this space exposed? No, none of this is space exposed until the uranium. It's fine. I don't think we'll need to insulate it. Yeah, please actually eat some of this tree. It's growing for you. Looks like the branches are kind of not doing very well with the air pressure sometimes. Wait. Oh, they actually dug up one of the trees. Damn it. Well, I don't think we can reasonably replant that. The issue is, to actually plant this, the trees in sort of the region down here need to be gone. And then that corresponds to all of these. And I'm not doing any more pit planting, so I think that one's just going to have to be an acceptable loss. Maybe we'll just put like a statue there or something. You know what, let's research some better statues. I'm sure you guys have time. We can't really do metal blocks, can we? Maybe just the regular 3-high statue will do. I think we still have 90 trees altogether. I just need to make sure I don't accidentally dig all of them. Where's the other one gone? Oh, you're here. Okay, that's fine. And I guess you could do these ones too. That one's an elderly pip. This one is wild and easily satisfied. I think we have some pip eggs. We do actually have 2 extra eggs in here at the printing pod. So that should be fine. It would be interesting if the game actually told me how much I had to fill these by. That'd be nice. Or how much the trees have to grow before the pips eat them. Okay, you need to dig this, and then come in here and do this one too. There's no pending deliveries, so I'm gonna... We actually swept up all the saltwater bottles. That's impressive. So I'm going to have to actually put in a pitcher pump down here. That's fine. Running a little bit lower polluted water, but this is going to reactivate in 9 cycles. So I think that will be fine. There's still a little bit of water left in here as well. I don't actually think this is going to melt anymore. Because if I look at relative temperature and I set this to like... Or I don't think the salt water's going to freeze. There's not much of the map left at the temperature we want, except for the bit that we want to stay cold. Yeah, even these bees are starting to get a bit hot. So I think we are just going to have to desalinate some of this. Well, that's probably fine. Now, the only thing is... There's quite a lot of cold abyssite. The cold abyssite doesn't seem to be leaching heat. The hot stuff will. So, what I would suggest is that we actually put some insulated tiles here. No, not that one. This one. Because the hot abyssite will leach heat. We don't want to boil all of this. I do think we actually just want to desalinate it. And then I can adjust some of these items so that we get this out of here. And then most of this should flow away. I mean, obviously we've got some ice water here that we'll want to get at some point, but I think for the most part we're just going to pump it out of here. Still got some freezing over... we still got some melting over here, actually. That could be something we do. You aren't actually erupting. I think you're trapped now by the water level. I think that should be fine. Yeah, keep doing this. Oh, bollocks. You know what I was just literally talking about? So that's what's happening. It's boiling it immediately and turning it into steam. And obviously, immediately replacing this isn't going to help too much. Stupid abyssite. Hello, Brynnery. Hope you're doing well. At what point will you need to insulate the useful beaters? They're actually surrounded by abyssite. So... I'm hoping never. I think there's actually enough hydrogen coming out that it should relate its temperature pretty well. Because the hydrogen comes out of the temperature of the beta hive. But yeah, this is all like completely surrounded by mostly intact abyssite. A small amount of chaos is better than none at all. True. Manageable chaos. Now we've actually got trees, it's giving us wood. Nice. I don't think we need any more food. We do actually need a chef. Mayor will do. I don't need to get overly fancy about this. I just need someone who can cook. Anyone at all. And then you can focus on... Oh god, I never even prioritized Ren. Ren, what are you even supposed to do? You're just a suit stoop, so... You can just do all of these, and then you can cook. And then you can do a little bit of digging, I guess. There we go. This will run occasionally, I imagine. But this is fine. Right, good. He's eating the tree. So this means that once this gets to about, I think, 25%, we should be alright. Maybe 20%. Okay, we still need to actually do this. I guess it's relatively low priority at the moment. You know what? Actually, come down here and do this as well. Just so we can actually dig this all up. And then we'll get people into space. What's Rad's like in space? Quite high. We'll see if that's an issue. Maybe. You know, I'm really, really actually beginning to think we just need to send someone over to do more digging on the other planet. We don't really have any more food to send over. Who would we want to actually send? Someone... We don't need to feel research dupe anymore. Someone who's relatively low skill with digging and building. Probably Nails. Let's send Nails over. And then we'll dig up some more food, I'm sure. Well, we need the metal, frankly. We do have uranium meteors, but that's not going to be a huge amount. Right, Nails, when's your next skill? Fairly soon. There's a lot of sleepweeds. I should probably get them actually eating the sleepweeds. What else is there in here? Spindly grubfruit. I mean, that's a little bit of food. The issue is... you need a ladder to get up here. I've actually given you a lot of stuff to do. Let's actually keep digging up normal stuff at the moment. So I guess this means replacing these with a few ladders. There's probably still some muck roots here. In fact, let's actually just 99 all of this. Do you eat raw sleepweed? No, not really. There'll be muck root here. We just need to do a little bit of our normal digging escapades. There you go. And then just get in here and have a look at that. And then we're also going to want a battery over here. And then a little wire. And then that can go over here. The plan was to actually send some hydrogen back, but that doesn't need to happen immediately. How much metal is there? Because I think we were planning on sending the wolframite back as well. Let's just queue up metals. So we got a big old stack over here. So let's put a ladder here, and then we can just dig all of this, and that will last for a while. And then you can dig that too. You can dig this too. Yeah, that'll do for a little bit. Okay. What's going on here? Sweep that up. This isn't actually spilling out here, is it? The chlorine is forming an interesting pattern. The chlorine is actually holding back all this salt water. What? That's weird. Well, that works for me. Right, so this means we now have dupes with masks going into space. Do I want to make more guys, or will 4 do? I mean, I don't know, maybe 4 will do. We're going to start having a lot of actual trees being mined and whatnot, aren't we? Right, I mean, you can dig up the uranium if you want. I'm gonna have to think about what this is actually going to start looking like. I have a look here. Yeah, I did have to make these doors out of metal. Maybe we should have done the glass thing just to save metal. Is that actually going to be the constraint on what we're doing? It feels kind of bad. I mean, worst case, we just build stuff out of uranium, which is really stupid, but like, it's literally falling out of the sky here. So maybe it's not that stupid. But that's not a lot of metal. Okay, the chlorine's gone. Good. That would have been weird. It's all spilling over here now. Which saltwater was this? Oh, I think that was just a random blob that we forgot to tidy up. Okay. You could probably do sweeping this up too. Otherwise, you're going to get pretty stressed out by that. Yeah. Okay. I can also get you to come over here and dig up this pretty easily. How dense are those uranium tiles? It looks like you've only gotten 20 tiles in 120 cycles. It's going to be slow. Yeah, it's definitely not an appreciable amount of material. Better than nothing, but only slightly. I'm probably not going to use it for building. Already got insufficient oxygen production? Yeah. Oh, you actually need to remove this water because it's holding in all the CO2. Okay, interesting. Alright, we're in space! We're almost in space. There we go. We're in space. Oh, I didn't have the music turned on. No. No, play it again. No. No. No, whatever. Normally plays really cool music. Whatever. Yeah, that's not going to be a lot. So, right, what do we want to do? So we want the wood to go in the ethanol distiller. We want the ethanol and polluted to come out. So we should actually just be able to set it up in space. But these buildings do generate heat. So we'll need a cooling loop. And we'll need conduction panels. Okay, do we actually have conduction panels available? Do these require research? No. Okay, they don't require radiation research, so let's get that done first. Although, we can just start planning this. These don't need to go anywhere specific, I don't think. We can plan around having... We can plan around having mechatronics in here as well. I would like to get that all set up. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put one... We'll do 4 high layers again. We'll just do something like this. Let's just set up 3 for now. So each of these requires, hold on, how many watts? 240. Okay. We are just going to have to make sure that our guy is actually getting metal over. Can I actually just get you to sweep this up first, though? I know it's going to take a little while, but, like, this is going to improve your life a lot, I promise. point of me digging out all of this? Oh, it's because all the sand's here? Yeah, okay. So the ethanol. So the ethanol is going to go into power plants, right? So we're going to get 500 grams per second. And then if we actually have a look at a petroleum generator, we don't have that research yet. Okay. We can do that in a minute as well. That's fine. I think I'm just going to hook these up so they self-power. And then maybe we put a manual generator on it as well. I'm quite keen to just jerry-rig this together. Oh, you know what we could do? We could pour the polluted water down here and then pump it over here. I don't know, that feels like a somewhat bad plan. Maybe we just put it in liquid reservoirs. That seems like a better plan. So, how about... Oh god, more metal. This does not seem like a good use of metal. Okay, well maybe we just get the tree out of here. Let's do it pips. Maybe we just set up a polluted water tank down here. Yeah. It's probably fine. And then I think what we do then is we just dig all of this. Then we can clear all of that. And then I guess we'll just put a little vent here. So the ethanol is all going to go into a single petroleum generator. And then the polluted... Oh, right. The polluted water has to drop down. Okay, but that's fine. Because what I can actually do is I can put in some drywall at the bottom specifically. That's fine. Well, we can drywall this bit. That's probably not a huge issue, right? Let's do... Okay, what are we going to do? Petroleum. There we go. It's a nice and easy one. Where's Gosman? Gosman is trapped. Because you need to dig these tiles out. There you go. You're still trapped? You are still trapped. Hilarious. Well, I guess just do this then. So, we don't need this. It will just, in fact, be... You know what I might actually do? If I get the polluted water to drip... So this isn't space exposed. If I get the polluted water to drip down here, that should be fine. So what we'll do is we'll put a mesh tile here. And then all the water could just drip past this. And then that will form its own liquid lock. And then maybe we just build some ladders up here just to get to that point. So maybe just don't dig those tiles yet.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you very much for the follow. I like ones. Enjoy your fishy and froggy emotes. Whiskers sends their regards. Where is Whiskers? I think Whiskers is currently hiding as usual, but that's fine. Hope you're doing well. I think we're getting back into the swing of it. The pit planting is so time consuming. I hate it. But we're mostly done with that. I'm very annoyed I immediately dug up one of the trees by accident. Because of the pit planting rules, we can't just replant it. You have to do them in like a diagonally down and left pattern. What we're trying to do. I don't know, maybe we'll put like a recreation building in here. You know what, actually? It's not even a bad idea. So we have 2 phones already. I could put a water cooler here. Oh, but it's not symmetrical. I can't really put the juke bot there either. Maybe we find some other rec building we can put here. Because it is a nature reserve. We're luring dupes into the nature reserve. That's the plan. Yeah, I think we're going to need to drywall this. So let's actually put... I think what I'm going to do... Just to add a little bit of extra conduction... Oh, you know what we could actually do? If I put tiles here, 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 here. If we fill this with drywall, we can have a layer of conductive liquid on the bottom, and then we don't have to bother with conduction panels. That would save some liquid, wouldn't it? I think this whole thing is going to be an exercise in trying to save liquid somehow. Also, what drywall do I want for the petroleum generators and the ethanol stuff? Because we don't want mush bar print. The cafe print? No. Do the ethanol distillers produce polluted water? No, they don't. They produce ethanol. And polluted dirt and carbon dioxide. We could dump a little bit of their ethanol just in here. Actually, for now. But what do I actually want? Maybe the telescopes because it's in space? Maybe just the yellow circuits. I kind of like that idea. These need to be tiles as well. The gas can still actually dissipate out the top, but the liquids will stay in the bottom and conduct temperature with everything. So that should work pretty well in the end, I think. Right, so we have the petroleum generator. One petroleum generator should be enough. We will also want the smart battery, so I think let's put... Hold on, hold the phone. This is going to be a mesh tile. So, do I just do that now? Let's just do that now. Mesh tiles also act as drywall, by the way. I believe. I think we've done this before. We got a Rex egg and we got a hatchling. Funny thing is, we might actually be able to produce brine ice, but we don't need more brine ice from the eggs. From the Rexes. We don't want any of these, I don't think. Let's get the hatchling. You just eat stuff. It's fine. We're not going to mass produce coal, but I'm not going to say no either. Right, the issue is, if I want conduction liquid to go here... Okay, perhaps what we actually do is... Maybe what I do is I put the petroleum generator down here. Why not have a third ethanol thing? We do. You mean a fourth? The reason is... So each tree, if my maths is mathing right, it says a domestic arbor tree produces 66.7 kilograms of recycled wood. So I presume a wild planted tree would produce 16.7. Times that by 90, and you get 1,500 kilograms per cycle of wood, or 1.5 tons. And then that can go to 3... Each ethanol distiller consumes 600 kilograms per cycle, running full swing. So that would be 2.5 ethanol distillers. So we would only expect 62.5% uptime for the petroleum generator. But I'm not sure that maths is correct, because I remember someone yesterday was saying that we should have enough trees here to run all 3 Pokeshell ranches, but my maths is suggesting we can't even run one at the moment. And obviously we can plant more trees. It's kind of annoying, but we can plant more down here. We can keep going on that for a while. And I am planning on pumping all this water out of here at some point. I think we just got to get stuff going, though. And then we can expand it later. The whole point of this run is so we can try these things out. This isn't supposed to be a neat run where we're doing stuff properly. We're just trying to actually figure out what to do in case we want to use Pokeshells in future. I think in reality, I would only use them in future if we actually had like a proper polluted water source that we weren't actually committing to using for our oxygen. I mean, we could desalinate this for a while, but this isn't finite. And then all of our water sources are really hot, so we can't really use them for the Oxyferns. And obviously, we could use our normal spawn. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, we're doing a load of pit planting this time to make it work. We probably wouldn't do a load of pit planting every time to make it work. That would produce rate per branch. Oh! Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. And each tree has 5 branches, right? They usually just grow 5 out of 6. Or 5 out of... yeah. Well, they just have 5. 1... let's see. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we'd actually expect enough for 12.5 ethanol distillers. Oh, good lord. And then that would be enough for... well, 4 is enough for 1 petroleum generator. So we'd have 4 petroleum generators. That's crazy. That's a lot of polluted water in its own right, to be honest. There's definitely some maths where we could set this up so petroleum generators producing all the polluted water for the trees and actually domestically grow some trees. The other funny thing is, so if we look at the petroleum generator, see, it's shocking that I've never really looked this much into the arbitrary loop because I know it's very powerful. So the polluted water will come out at least 40 degrees C, so that's good. But the thing is, this polluted dirt comes out at least 93.4 degrees C. The ethanol comes out at 73.4 degrees C. So I probably would expect something major from that. Okay. The other thing is, we are going to have to actually meteor-proof this. Oh, well, actually, they're small meteors. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine if they're small meteors, right? I mean, maybe ladders will get damaged or something? I don't know. But whatever I do, I should make sure that we can actually scale it up. I think what I will do is I will actually fill this back in. We will put the smart battery over here. And then I will make this the airflow tile. Well, I'll make this the mesh tile. And then the petroleum will run past the smart battery. Will I just have a load of different smart batteries, maybe? I don't know. Not at the moment, we don't have any refined metal. What's going on? The goal is Pokeshells. We can recover a bit of polluted dirt with the CO2, running it back through the skimmer. Sieve only costs me power and sand, which the Pokeshells will get back. Yes. Yeah, maybe. The only thing is, I know we have a tendency to overproduce CO2 when we decide to use skimmers to run it. And we should get plenty of power from the polluted water, from the petroleum generators as well. So this is going to be a big old pile of polluted water. So I imagine what we'll do is... where did all the tungsten go? Am I being dumb? Where did all the tungsten go? Oh, the masks aren't getting oxygen. Hello? Oh, because they're all breathing it over here. And we're trying to pump oxygen out of here for the masks. Okay, that's interesting. It does say we have insufficient oxygen production. Perhaps I actually need to put some more Oxyferns in here. To be fair, we do actually have a large amount of CO2 building up in here. Maybe we're at the point where we can just go ahead and do some of that. That'd be kind of funny. We had some dupes without adding more ferns. That's true. We do have the electrolyzer here as well, but I think it's just not running. I think, actually, let's just stick the electrolyzer up here. I don't think there's any real issue. Hold on. Yeah, let's just stick the electrolyzer up here. We're filtering the gas anyways. I don't mind electrolyzing some of this stuff, because we're using the hydrogen for power anyways. If the hydrogen's just up here, then that's fine. Speed up. But yes, you're right. We do technically need to add more ferns. If we were relying on that, which we could do easily. I want to drain the water out of here as well. I would actually like to put a desalinator in. Where would I put that? I think we can just fit a desalinator in here, right? Yeah. Okay, so what we would do is... I think that would go like this. Hold on. And then this would go back into the sieve. Yeah, and then we tile all of this. Okay. And then I'm just going to get you to yellow alert, do this, just so we can get out of the way. Thanks, guys. Mealwoods are getting hot. We could start planting some more mealwoods again. If we set this back to normal... Yeah, I guess we've kind of... We do actually need to set up some cooling at some point. What is this? Oh, that's some hot metal? Okay, that's fine. The electrolyzer isn't really going to help with the heat situation, is it? You know, sticking a hot electrolyzer right next to the mealwoods, that doesn't sound like the best plan in the world. It's pretty cold up here, though, and the space material is here. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Put the bridges here. And then I can go there. We're gonna do a run without doing our usual spawn tricks. Right, so we should now have access to the petroleum generator. So that can go here. Oh, this is a little bit too wide. That's fine. Maybe what I could do then is I could just actually have a little lip here, and then it could flow over this way. Yeah, that seems good. So, smart battery goes here. Automation. And then this is enough power to run quite a lot of these. Okay, let's try that. I think we're definitely going to need to make more of these. Oh, that one's 1 too shallow. So let's put that there. Let's put that here. Do this. Do you want to put more guys here? I think at the moment the main issue is we're just not getting any... Oh, you need power. You need power as well. Okay, there you go. You just need more oxygen. And then this also needs to get plugged in. I don't really want to use conductive wire for more things if I can avoid it. No, I'll do this. Oh, right, hold on. Ugh. There you go, do that. And then do this. You can open that now that we're not doing all the planting. And then I guess, do this. These guys a lot of random tasks to do now. You better not be running on any wheels. You can get more skills as well. You can get building 3, that seems good. And then you can get, I don't know. Just a bit of researching. You need advanced research to run the emulsifier. That's hilarious. Right, and once this starts actually growing branches, we can move the pips in here and start breeding pips too. That will help with the food. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. This should definitely give us more oxygen for the masks. Oh. It would if we actually didn't destroy the pipe that was leading to it. That would help, wouldn't it? Very interesting. Gotta get our friend exporting more metals again. That's definitely going to be the constraint to what we're doing here, unfortunately. Right, so you are dormant. I guess if we were going to geotune that, we'd actually need to analyze it, wouldn't we? Oh. I need to dig this, don't I? No. I need to dig this. Where's our dupe? Oh, you're actually shoving the metal in here. That's fine, right. Maya? You're fine. Oh, this needs to be locked. Yes. Needs to be locked. Supposed to have masks whenever you're in here. Yeah, we're running pretty low on polluted water to send over here now. And the ice is dried up too. But that's okay. Yeah, you're actually getting in here now. That's good. Did I get you to just try and dig some random pockets over here as well? Probably. Okay. How's the oxygen situation? Guess it's mildly better. This is not a very good plan. I'm hoping we can just get off the mealwoods fairly soon. At least the pips aren't starving now. Oh, that's irritating. Let's fill this in. Oh, goodbye! Oh, no, some meat. Can we even reach that? Let's actually put a ladder in here so we can reach that meat. Oh, and let's also actually queue up some cooking on here. Let's queue up barbecue. I think that's it for now. Then all the metal ore should be getting dumped over here. Yeah, that's good. Right, let's have a look at long commutes. So, seems like there's a lot of wheel running going on. This suggests to me that we need to make more masks. We need more oxygen going into pipes. We got some tender brisket. I'll get the pipsqueak instead. I think we... you know what? Let's get the tender brisket. It's fine. Neo, you can have astronomy. Let's actually research a building that will let us coax people into the rec room. I think it will be an arcade cabinet. Oh, we don't have the tech. You need advanced tech for a lot of the recreation buildings. Do I actually want to do any radiation research on this run? I don't know. We can't do a surfboard. For obvious reasons. You know what? I think I'm just going to stick another phone there. This is how we will trick people into coming into this room. The only issue is there's a lot of wire. I think we'll just do this. And honestly, I'm going to set up like a manual generator here to bootstrap everything as well. There we go. We're actually at this point where we're starting to make a load of uranium. Great. Or we're starting to make stuff out of uranium. Fantastic. We definitely have more dupe labor than we actually need. So I don't really mind doing this. Actually, will this still count as a nature reserve if we add the rec building? Let's see. I think if we were going to do this, I would actually need to door. That's fine, we could door. I would need to deconstruct these. And then let's actually put like a lamp here. And a sensor here. Because again, if the dupes are on the phone, they take ages. So we can just do this. That should work. Oh my god, hold on. You have to build the battery first. We're actually using uranium from space to build this stuff. That's how desperate we are. Right, so the ethanol goes in here. And then I guess blue water will come out this way. And then we actually need that to start pouring in here first. So let's actually just do this. We still want to spare hydrogen down here as well. Have I actually even used this yet? No. Well, I mean, we are using it. We're using it exclusively for the methyl refinery. But that's going fine. I think I am going to have to just make more... I think I am just going to have to make more Oxyferns, and we'll stick them over here. In fact, for now, I think that means we can actually do this, and we'll pour more water in here as well. Nails! Nails, let's give you cooking, because then we can go back here, and you can get a bit more food. I think what I will actually do is... I will give you a grill. Where do I want to put this grill? Actually got all the room bonuses here, we do. Okay, I have a plan. The grill is going to go here. And then you can get in here and you've got all the sleep weeds. And then you can make yourself a load of frost buns. Should be fine. You're still loading in the metal, that's good. The metal situation here is so dog shit. It's ridiculous. Right, can I also actually just get people to come over here and do this? I think we're at the point where I actually just want to dig most of this up, because we may actually end up using the uranium for building. We'll see how hot the bees get. Yeah, I'd like to stick some more Oxyferns in here. Preferably at the previously discussed position. Let's do that. We're all bored. It's because there's not enough oxygen going to the suits. There's no vent on this, right? Yeah, the vent is here for the excess. So you should start getting some oxygen. Wait, why is this empty? Is someone wearing a mask in the base? I don't know. Okay, there we go. No? Does kind of seem like they're not doing anything because they're not actually getting oxygen to these pipes. Do you actually have access through here? You do. Okay. I guess there's a lot of tasks for them to do if there's not a lot of oxygen here. You know what? I'm going to open this up again. Forget it. Oh. No, people would take the masks off before they go over here, wouldn't they? Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, that door's closed. I think if we do it like that, we shouldn't get any leaks. But the only issue is people are going to get irritated eyes coming down here and doing all of this. We'll see how it goes. At the end of the day, I just need to fill these suit masks up first. I'm so sad that we killed Higby. That was like an actual tragedy. Hello, collateral damage. What are we doing with all the trees? Wood. The aim is we're going to run a load of ethanol distillers. We're going to run them in space so that we don't have to deal with all the carbon dioxide. But we're going to let a little pool. We're going to let little pools of liquid build up first. So I think what we'll do is I will just put a couple of vents in here that we can turn on and off. Oh my god, do we not have enough metal for vents? That's a really bad look. We're running very low on metal. We have one dupe on the other planet exporting it. At least it's the aim. That's what they're currently doing. I think I need to get you to export some more copper. Because we're using the wolframite to make refined metal. But yeah, the radioactive ocean asteroid has hardly any metal on it, so that is turning out to be a huge pain in the ass. Right, there we go. So we're just basically building out of whatever random liquids we have access to. Although I don't think that's going to even work. I think actually for now what I'm going to do is we're going to cut these off. And we're just going to let them run into here for now. I'm going to enable this again because we built the battery now. I keep going back to my older geyser taming videos. They're excellent. Thank you for making them. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I do have plans for more YouTube videos, but I'm kind of just getting back into the swing of things at the moment after my long holiday. It's such a pain I gave up on not using a teleporter. If we didn't use the teleporter, we'd have just been effed. Like, actually. Like, I mean, we could have probably built a carbon dioxide rocket, worst case, but like, it would be so slow doing anything. There's just not a lot of metal here. I kind of wanted to see how far we could get without using a teleporter, but it turns out it's just not very productive. Right, well the good news is we're making some ethanol. The bad news is, I think this actually comes out so hot. Okay, it doesn't quite come out at boiling point. But the polluted water comes out hotter. Are we going to end up boiling the ethanol in here? That would be very funny. But yeah, we're just going to have a nice big buffer, a nice big layer to form like a conductive layer. And then we're going to let the polluted water sort itself out. Obviously, it's going to run out of power at the moment. You know what, actually, let's put a second one in. We have plenty of dupe labor. Oh, we got more pips? Right, I think you guys have graduated to actually going to the ranch. But yeah, we're just doing this run while we're sort of getting back into the swing of things from after our holiday. I'm planning on going to Surviving Mars Relaunched when that comes out on the 10th of November. But I am going to make some more YouTube videos. I want to do at least one more Sandbox Showcase video before then. And I think it's probably going to be on Alveo Virex, because that's been a long time overdue, and I think they are at least somewhat interesting due to the fact that you can fertilize them. So I think it's worth talking about. And then I'm also going to make a video about the True Tiles mod. Those are my goals for before Surviving Mars relaunch comes out. So maybe one of those this week. You'll need a cooling loop even if you don't have some conductive panels. Yeah. Well, yeah, we can get a cooling loop made. The issue in that case is going to be that we're going to have to run it through the liquid. So maybe this is going to have to look a bit different. And then we're probably not actually going to have the metal to make conductive pipes. So maybe we just make them out of granite and call it a day. I don't think we'll need a huge amount of active cooling. We hope True Tile mod updates will share a lot of materials. Yes, me too. Right, yeah, let's cut these off and then we'll figure out what to do with these. Maybe we could use an ice on rails too. I don't know. Honestly, I think there's probably just some recycling we can do. You need to open the door. Wait, you can't get down here. Okay, that's funny. I think in that case... I just disable this, and then we open this up again. Maybe cooling is going to be from ice makers anyways? Yeah, maybe. I still need to set that up. Not really been on the top of my list. I just want to make some friggin' polluted dirt for these guys. Can we add polluted dirt to the list? Yeah. We've got 3 tons of it already, actually. That's a decent starting point. Right, good news is tree branches are growing, so by the time these guys grow up, they should actually have something to eat. I'm going to move you in here as well, because you're already tame. In fact, am I just going to move all the pips in there now? I think I am just going to move all the pips in there now. There's probably a few others just wandering around randomly. They just kind of let them all escape. I'm pip blind. Right, let's speed up. I don't know how much ethanol we actually want in each of these. Probably at least a little bit. Then you can see the polluted dirt is building up in here. It's coming out at 93.4. Who's suffocating? Oh, crap. Well, Maya, you're the chef. I think we can sacrifice the chef. I don't think you're getting out of here. Oh yeah, I athletics trained all of the dupes. Except for Maya, the new print. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Alright. Okay. Maya gets to join Higby. There you go. It was meant to be. Okay, well. Alright. No more new dupes. We're gonna stick to 11. Yeah. We're just having fun this run, okay? I wouldn't recommend just going in a big pool of salt water without any athletics skill or PPE. At least these guys all have masks. Killing dupes, having fun. Hey, we don't do it very often. Also, I think this is the first run where we've ever killed more than one dupe. But again, it's a new dupe. Those unusually suicidal normally dupes don't rush into areas where they die. Well, the thing is, this is a very specific case where they go in and they get hit by the athletics penalties because they get the chilling surroundings from being in a liquid, and they get the eye irritation. Like these guys here, we train them up a fair bit so they can tank it. Also, the masks give them -2. That's interesting. But yeah, truly getting back into the game, dupe life is dangerous. Yeah, true. This is why we're not currently playing our main run. Also, I am kind of keen to actually just get my computer upgraded before we do all of the major industry in that run. But I'm glad moving all the Pokeshells up here is going well. We're very angry now.
Thanks for the raid.
Hello, Carrie, actually. Hope you're doing well. Let me give you a shout out. Look at all these trees. We pit planted a load of trees. How's, are you still doing max difficulty rhyme? What is up? We just killed Maya. So Maya and Higby are going to be buried together. We were getting tired of how long the dupes have taken to excavate this, so I wanted to see if we could turn off the mask checkpoint, and I forgot that we printed a brand new dupe. So the brand new dupe definitely just crawled all the way down here, got hit by chilly surroundings and eye irritation, and then couldn't get out. You're doing rhyme. You made lead suits because they're easier than Thimbleweed. Nice. Well, the Mania Foe, proper forest. Yeah, the pips actually put some work. You're not a pip. The aim of this run, we're just doing a little short run because we've come back from holiday. And I want to explore Pokeshells. So we pip planted a load of Arbor trees so we can make an obscene amount of wood for free. And the point of that is so we can run a load of ethanol distillers, and then we can put the ethanol in the petroleum generator for power and polluted water. And then we're also going to take the polluted dirt out of these and use that to feed Pokeshells. And the numbers, I don't do arbitrary stuff very often. It's very powerful, but usually I'm looking at something else for some reason. But this time I'm like, let's actually just look at it properly. But I always get confused on the maths of arbitraries because apparently this 66.7 kilograms per cycle of wood is from each branch. So in theory, we should be able to run, if we have 90 trees down here, we have about 90 trees here. We should be able to run 12.5 ethanol distillers off of that. And then that should produce a lot of polluted dirt. Like a large amount. Enough for at least one ranch of each type of Pokeshell. Because I just want to see how practical it is to actually incorporate Pokeshells in runs. Because we've had a lot of runs where we've had access to Pokeshells, and we've not done anything with them because I haven't really felt confident building around them. For one reason or another. But we just got an automatic dispenser over here that's just dumping all the pinch rows in here. So all the Pokeshells on the map should eventually end up in here. And then we'll figure out what to do with them. But the main issue with this run, actually, is we're on Radioactive Ocean. There is hardly any metal on the map. We are kind of at the point where we're digging out uranium biome to get more metal to build with. just to help speed things up. We do have a dupe on the teleporter asteroid that is mining stuff over here. Oh, I need to move this grill. Yeah, this grill needs to go here. So your main job is currently to store stuff. We just have a load of manual generators set up with batteries. Give the rust to deoxidize. Actually, that's true. We do have rust. We have 7.2 tons of rust. We could set up a naked rust deoxidizer just to do that. I know we have a little bit of a chlorine situation going on, but I think that would be worth doing. Because if we look at here, I was talking about this earlier, but if we get half of that rust into iron ore, that is something. Yeah, let's do it. Let's actually just do it. Where do I even want to put this? Somewhere there isn't a lot of gas pressure. I could just put it here, actually, couldn't I? Feels fine. Yeah, just put it here. No, we don't have any jawbows. We've done a fair bit of jawbo stuff. We did actually recently do some YouTube videos about Pakus and jawbows. I haven't made the shorts for those yet. I'm waiting a little bit for that because those videos haven't been out for too long. Yeah, we're generating some ethanol up here, so we've got a little bit of a conductive layer just for the heat from these buildings. And then we're going to have to run a coolant loop through here. I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to have a big pool of polluted water from the petroleum generator. We're going to have ice makers up here, and we're going to maybe like melt the ice on top. I don't know. We'll do something with it. Now the dupes are all enjoying the spicy tofu. Yeah, it's going alright. Also, we might make some more Oxyferns and put them down here. This is another reason why I'm digging out all this material, is so we can actually lower the levels, so we can just stick the rest of the Oxyferns down here. I think pretty close to that point already, actually. Oh, you're going to erupt again, aren't you? We've just got this cool steam vent erupting into the map. I think this will generally be fine. But we probably can't put Oxyferns next to the cool steam vent. In fact, you know, it's very possible that we actually have enough water that I shouldn't even bother with that. Let's keep digging across here. I actually just want all of the metal and rust now, as you say. So we can do this, even if it takes a little bit longer. I need to make sure that we don't dig out these tiles, because these are actually hot abyssite. This one's actually already leaked a fair bit of heat into the solid tiles surrounding it, which is amusing. But yeah, I'm keen. What I am very keen to do. So, just my plans for the next few months. I'm very keen to continue doing oxygen not included stuff on YouTube. I have a big old list of Sandbox Showcase videos. In fact, actually, while we're waiting for a few of these bits, if I just switch over to desktop mode for a second. I don't show you guys this very often. This is my list of actual videos that I want to do on the YouTube channel. I deleted it accidentally a while ago, but I've got some... I've re-added a lot of the entries. So the ones with the X's are the ones that I've done. The ones that are tabbed outwards are kind of more high priority ones that I think are things I should do sooner rather than later. So I've gotten a lot of those done. There's obviously a fair bit of prehistoric planet pack stuff. There's a couple of topics I want to cover with that. I still actually need to cover spigot seals and bonbon trees, but I don't know. I feel like I still need to get a bit more practice with them. The next video I'm planning on doing is the Albioviras, but I've got lots of ideas. I've also, actually... I want to do the, I think I just want to do the Frosty, the Prehistoric Planet Pack review. Yeah, let's put that in here. But yeah, basically, I have a large backlog of videos I want to make. And I also kind of want to hold off on the rest of the ONI streaming stuff until I've got my new computer. So... I think what that means is we're gonna switch over to Surviving Mars Relaunched mid-November when that comes out. But the plan will still be to release one Oxygen Not Included video every week or every 2 weeks. Either a sandbox showcase or some other miscellaneous video. And maybe I'll make the run summary videos as well, because I quite like editing those and putting them together. There's a couple of good runs I want to put together for that. Like, there's Badlands Boffins, there's the one where we did all mouth breathers and then suffocated everyone. There was the Oasis No Exploits Allowed run. I want to put those all up on YouTube. Right, you could actually start running. So I think what this means is... Let's set this to 10 and 19. Hello, Delakoff, how's it wiggling? It's wiggling fine. It's going alright. We planted on the pip trees and we're setting up the bones of whatever this situation is. Now, I think actually... Right, I think what I'm going to do... Let's hook this pipe like this. This is very annoying. Yeah, I think this is what we'll do. So we'll cut off these vents. That ethanol can come that way. I think we dumped enough ethanol in here. I'd like to see someone do a no-pause run. Never seen anyone trying that. Oh my god. I have seen people do that on Twitch occasionally. That'll be what we do at some point. Right, you are running. That's good. We do need a little bit more ethanol than this. You're not really running consistently. Maybe that's fine. I'm going to set you to 0%. I don't want people running on this most of the time. No pause, max speed only. Sounds like torture. Will this flood itself? Yes, it will. You're right. So I think what I need to do then is I need to do something a bit different. I think I need to actually... I think I need to put a door here. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to put a door that we open with a sensor that's here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So let's get rid of this. And we'll go for that. Yeah, I just wanted to have some pools of liquid here just to add some conductivity, because I don't want to spend the metal on conduction panels, frankly. I think that would be very annoying. Right, have we actually got masks in here? We do. They're on the way. Good. I guess we're going to end up building another mechanized airlock. Okay, we've actually imported lots of metal now. That's good. They have been getting on with that. Really? Thank you. And then once we built that, then we can put the hydro sensor here. I think I am just gonna straight up put the fourth one here because it's annoying me we can't run this continuously. Although I guess actually, you know what? No. This is gonna fill up because this isn't gonna run all the time. It doesn't have to run all the time. It's not powering anything yet. Oh, Vagra node. That's kind of humorous. Sure. So, yeah, I think overall, because we've done a lot of Oxygen Not Included this year. We've done a lot of Twitch. We haven't really played that many other games this year, because other years we've played, like, Dyson Sphere Program, Mega Aquarium, and whatnot. And to be fair, I've had a lot that I wanted to do in Oxygen Not Included this year. And I think we've done most of it. Especially with the Prehistoric Planet Pack coming out. I think we managed to explore... Oh, God, look at this! Actually, that's not really a problem, is it? But I'll put a drywall there anyways. I think we explored a lot of what we wanted to do. I think we actually managed to get a pretty good view of most of the Prehistoric Planet Pack content, even just with the short runs that we did while we were building up the industry for Sour Gas or Bust. And we will continue Sour Gas or Bust next year. But again, I want to get the new computer. And I feel like it's fairly feasible for us to get the new computer next year. Oh, we've got some meteors coming in. This might be fun. Okay, stop yellow alerting everything. Let's just priority 9 stuff now. There you go. So, yeah. Surviving Mars relaunched. Definitely something I want to do on Twitch. Also, I actually kind of want to play Victoria 3. Because that's a game that's been occupying a space in my mind for a while. Like, I've been watching people play it. I've been making plans for what to do in that game. I really like the Paradox Grand Strategy games, and I haven't really played them a lot because I always felt like there was too much DLC and I could never really keep pace with them. But Victoria 3 hasn't had that much DLC. And I feel like it's the economic stuff is challenging enough that it's interesting to me. Victoria 3 and Benar came out? Oh yeah, that's like the D&D version of that. Oh really? Oh my god. Now that would be interesting. I'm not sure I've streamed that though. I think I just streamed the base game. But yeah, I have a few ideas about other games I want to play, and I want to mix it in. I'm still kind of waiting for Dice Program to come out of early access as well. That is one that I want to pick up when I've upgraded my computer, because I know that when we were getting towards late game, in that we were kind of struggling. Oh, I've just realized, if these meteors land, they're going to produce tiles, they're going to spill all of our liquids. I think what we're going to have to do then is we're going to have to set up some kind of wall protect things. Well, we're going to want all the liquids to pour through here anyways, so maybe we just go up here, add a roof. It's more side impact meteors I'm worried about, because there's roofs here. I mean, I can add a roof here for now, that's true. That would be quicker, wouldn't it? Let's priority 5 this. In fact, actually, can I yellow alert this? Because I really don't want anything to get disturbed. Yeah, we can have a little bit for each of these. I just want to put a hydro sensor here to open the door and let the liquid out before it floods the generator. That's what I want to do. The ethanol is now building up. That's good. But again, we mostly actually want the polluted dirt for the Pokeshells. So part of me thinks that we should actually dump excess ethanol somewhere. But again, we want the polluted water for other things in the base, so I think that is important. How are you doing? Okay, we got the pips in here. You're happy, you're eating as well. This is good. So we should start getting our pip population increasing. I think what we need to do is we actually need to set up some auto sweepers. Nothing too elaborate, but the eggs have got to go. And I definitely need to make sure that... Oh. I'm just going to dump them out here, fuck it. It doesn't matter. So long as the pips aren't in here, they can just wander around the base. That's fine. There you go, that'll do. Yeah, you're doing those ladders, that's nice. Is someone actually going to come and deconstruct this? I'm going to yellow alert this too. No, Carmack, don't stop. Oh, wait. No! My precious liquids. No, okay, there's not that much liquid. We're fine. We're fine. So, we want a hydro sensor here. And then this needs to go here. And then let's say it detects above, say, 200 kilograms, then we release the door. Something along those lines. And then what we do is we just dig all of this. We can't actually reach all of that, so let's just dig this first, and then we'll put the tiles back in. This feels kind of messier than it needs to be. I just wanted to make sure the polluted water flows through here and it forms a liquid lock. That was the idea. Looks like the digging's going all right. I think we can move the Oxyferns over. Right. Am I actually going to make hydroponic tiles out of uranium? That's hilarious. Are we getting random radiation from uranium stuff? Are we getting a load of radiation down here? That's funny. I guess we're going to make Oxyferns in here again then, aren't we? So, if I just tell you to do this, I think you should automatically do that, right? We have more Oxyfern seeds up here. Oh, I need to set this to Oxyfern seeds. Got it, got it. Okay, so Oxyferns. And then automation-wise... I need to get them to remove this again, don't I? Relocate that here. That's the main problem with this machine, is that... Oh, right, okay. Someone's gonna need to come in here quickly. Can't pick it up. Oh, will this work? Actually, this will work. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Turn that off, that's fine. Let's duplicate some more Oxyferns. Actually, we already have a lot of Oxyfern seeds again. Well, that's good. Oh, we could also use this to duplicate Saturn Critter Trap seeds. I hadn't even considered that. That's kind of funny. Right, so... I'm just gonna go here, right? Wait, oh, cock. Did I want this to be insulated? I don't think I did. No, I did not want this to be insulated. Okay, well. Don't make it insulated then. And then that can go here, and then this can bridge. And then that can go here. That's fine. Oh, and then you actually need to ladder... Oh, cock. You need to dig this. That was the one tile you couldn't do. Okay, that's fine. You got loot? I'm looking for a duplicate because we actually unlocked almost every painting. Unless this is the mysterious last painting. Okay, that's good. We got a duplicate. That's the first time you're going to hear me say that. Click this. Duplicates. Recycle. And we now have enough to get the last painting because we unlocked them all manually. We want this one. There we go. We now have access to every single painting in the game because that's what we spent all of our filament on. And I thought that was worthwhile. Yeah, let's put some more Oxyferns over here just to get rid of the carbon dioxide as well. I feel like that's a good idea. Alright, this needs to be set to eggs. Can we make this priority 9 too? This is priority 9. Oh god, this means you actually have to build these. Okay, let's go alert these. And then we'll speed up again. That's a lot of filament. Yeah, it is. You get a lot of loot these days in Oxygen Not Included. That's nice. A painting gallery. It's just so that when I'm spamming paintings, we get a lot more random paintings showing up. Because I think that would improve my experience of ONI. Just a little bit. How stress? We got a tiny little bit of stress. Oh, the rusty oxidizer's running? That's good. That should give us some iron ore that we can work with. How are we going to get rid of the chlorine? We do have a Megafron spore. Megafrons. It's going to be kind of hard to make use of just random chlorine in the atmosphere for that, though. Because they drink a lot of it. More than we're going to produce. It's Possibly another gas filter job or a gas pump job, I think. Right, we can start planting Oxyferns down here. And we can keep doing this as much as we want. But I don't really want to spend all the metal. Oh, look! If you build hydroponic farms out of uranium, it gives you radioactive farms. That makes sense, doesn't it? Cool. Well, it's a shame we're not going to get any mutant Oxyferns. Nails is out of food. Right, Nails. Oh, you can just make some frost buttons then. That's fine. You've done a good job exporting metal. We don't need to export hydrogen yet. That is true. We do have an algae user. We don't have that much algae left. I can get you to dig up some more random algae. Fertilizer? Do we want to send random fertilizer back to the main planet? Probably not. We'll see. Okay, dig that out as well. Okay, so you need to build this now. And then we need to build all of these so that it forms a liquid lock. So we're not just deleting a load of stuff. This should be fine. And I guess we'll probably just need to make a few more ethanol distillers. But I really do just want to nail the plan for byproducts for feeding Pokeshells, because it's the next thing I want to do. I can go there as well, make that priority 5. I guess the meteors didn't damage anything in the end, so that's good. But I guess carbon chooses. Right, so set this to set green signal if above, say 200. There you go. Now we have the liquid lock in place. As you can see, the gas isn't removing from this mesh tile, so this should be fine. Are oak shells on the menu? Yes. We're going to have one of each type. You know what? I don't think we need this, because this liquid's never going to run out. I think this should be fine. Yeah, the mesh tile actually does provide backing. Mostly this bit I'm worried about. I love oak shells. There should be a Pokemon. Professor Oak Shell. There we go. So now we're going to end up with a load of polluted water in here, and then we can actually get that pumped in. Now that's going to be warm-ish polluted water, so I think what we do with that is we bypass... I mean, this pipe can just go here, right? No, do not do that. Guys, do not do that. Do not destroy all of the natural tiles. We'll just do this. And then polluted water from the petroleum can go in here into our Oxyfern situation. And then I'm just going to put a load of ladders here, because I think this area is going to get slightly too hot for stuff. I don't know. Oh, the water tank is drained. The ice melting tank. Well, let's put some insulated tiles in then. That's fine. Still melting a fair bit of this, that's fine. We're getting a lot more Saturn Gritter Trap seeds. Not exactly what we want. Right. Here's a thought as well. Harvesting. Do we actually have auto-harvesting enabled on these? No, we do not. Probably do want to auto-harvest all these trees. Yeah, have fun with that. That's going to be a lot of labor for you guys. Here you go. I still do want to lure the dupes into here. Put them in a room with the excess pits. They'll sort themselves out. At the moment, the plan is just to dump all the pip eggs over here. And then they can just wander around the map from here, right? Because these are all connected via the central neutronium. So the pips should be able to wander freely among all of these bits. And we'll just see what happens, frankly. I'm just going to let a load of pips run wild because it'll be amusing. I do feel a little bit guilty that we never even attempted to use saltwater geysers, but I think we'll be fine. We got more pip eggs. Sounds good. Yay, pips. Steve's having a good time. Oh, the pips give themselves a little scritch when they're in the queue. Look. Oh. No, he's too busy. Too busy eating the tree. Eating and pooping. Well, hopefully with this many pips, we're just going to end up with a load of dirt as well. Actually, if we release the wild pips here, they're going to start eating a lot of the trees randomly, aren't they? That's not what we want. Well, okay. I have a better plan. Shovel the pips in the bedroom. That's a lot of metal. Is it? Is this actually worth doing? I don't know. Let's do this. There you go. And then remove this. Pips don't need too much anyways. Yeah, but the whole point is, I want enough dirt from these to run a load of Pokeshell ranches. The end goal is not to feed the random pips. The end goal is to feed the Pokeshells. Because we never do anything with Pokeshells. We've actually done plenty of stuff with pips in the past. Especially on like arboreal airheads and runs like that. But usually what we've done with them is we've just fed them domestic trees running off of geyser water or something. And then they made the dirt that's enabled us to make something else. Like when we were making loads of berry sludge and we needed dirt for the sleep weeds. We've done that before. So yeah, pips have had their time in the sunshine. I never did come up with a really good pip ranch design. I think I do actually need to make a video about pips as well. Doesn't one of the Pokeshell mutants give you seafood? Yes, the Seychelles. Yes, I'm very keen to look at that as well. Okay, I mean, yeah, this is a little bit hot, but like, I'm fairly happy with this at the moment. So our wood stocks should start to increase rapidly. I think we are going to run into a situation where we just need to store up all the ethanol. I think we're going to need to make an infinite storage for ethanol. I mean, that's fine, because what we can do is we just... I could even set it up down here, actually. That's going to be more airlocks. Okay. What do we... I think we'll just put the infinite storage for ethanol here. And then... How hot is that going to be? Use more power or uncap the generator? That's true. We want the water. We don't want the ethanol. Okay, so I think actually then what we do is... run it forever. Oh. Well. Maybe not quite like that. But you're right, we do want to convert all the ethanol into polluted water, so maybe we do just uncap it for now. Oh my god. Stop! Hey live action pixel, it's going alright. So we are just doing a brief little Radioactive Ocean run where we are getting back into the swing of things after our holiday in Australia. We got the pips to plant a load of arbor trees because we have a single cold slush geyser, and we're using that, we're sieving that Well, actually, here's what we're doing. We have a single cold slush geyser. So we're feeding that into a metal refinery where we're making tungsten, because that's the metal we're making, apparently. And that is heating the water up enough so that it can go into a water sieve without breaking. And then we're feeding that to Oxyferns. And we've used this machine over here to duplicate a load of seeds. We've been doing that relentlessly. That's how we got all the Arbor acorns. We're splitting the seeds up here with a auto sweeper. What is this? We got 0 Oxyfern seeds here, apparently. Great. Oh. I think I need to set this back to 0. Well, we'll see how this goes. Oh, you need to put Oxyfern seeds in here. Yeah. And then it can get redistributed back up here. Let's see if that works. Okay, there we go. Yeah, make a load of fractions again. The issue is, because we have the Arbor acorn here... because we have the Arbor acorn here, this is going to actually overflow. And then we're going to need to increase this again. But we don't need to make that many more. Did I re-enable Oxyferns at the bottom? Yeah, we've just done that now. We're putting them back in. It's going alright. But yeah. So the other water sources we have are saltwater geysers, which are really hot. And this would be fine if we were running electrolyzers like normal. But I'm not running electrolyzers like normal because it's kind of boring. I'm just trying to do it with Oxyferns. And I don't want to cool down all that salt water. I get that you could probably insulate the pipes and have it be mostly fine. But I think we've got enough water. I'm going to set up a pump down here as well. And we're just going to desalinate all of this excess water from the rest of the map. And we've still got some more water over here. So I don't think we're going to need to do that in the time span of this run. Oh wow, we've got a lot of carbon dioxide now. We're running that constantly. It's funny. Yeah, the polluted water's building up. That's fine. We've still got to set up a little bit of a cooling loop here as well. Yeah, carbon dioxide's building up in here, but that's not going to get into the rest of the map. I could, if I really wanted to, have like some sensors and then set up some automation so that we can dump more carbon dioxide down here, but for the most part, I'm happy to vent the carbon dioxide into space. We mostly just want the polluted dirt from these. That's why we're running them. Because we're going to feed all the polluted dirt to the Pokeshells. Yeah, here it is. And because it's in the ethanol, it shouldn't over-pressurize either. So I quite like that solution. Use the ethanol to make nosh beans for brackine breed more critters, lol. Yeah, that's something else I need to do. I need to do a run where we just use brackine and we don't actually groom any of the critters. We just auto-ranch them all with brackine. That's a good idea for a... That is a good idea for another short run, but not this run. What run would we do that on? One where we have lots of ethanol. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess this is a case where you'd probably want to do it, right? This feels so wasteful. But it's not wasteful if the trees are free. They're literally free. Combine it with the remote workers for a remote worker run. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting plan. Okay, wood is rapidly increasing. This is good. So, we know that we can run 8 of these off of the power of 1 petroleum generator. So, we can just start adding more of these. Maybe. We can just see how that goes. I mean, there's not much room for more than 8 anyways. The other thing, 8 of these is going to be enough ethanol for 2 petroleum generators. So even though we definitely don't need that much power, we can put a second petroleum generator in. And then we just put a roof here. Seems wise. The idea of farmers and ranchers working from home is pretty amusing, yeah. You can semi-auto-ranch critters with just the cozy houses, right? I think you still need the grooming. Oh, I think, yeah, if you have the Brackine and the Criticondos, I don't think you need the grooming. I think. And part of me is thinking that is something that would make sense to do in Sargasso Bust as well. Because we're going to have so many critter ranches on that. I feel like the constraint on that is almost going to be ranching dupes. Or maybe we just print a load of Barnic ranches. That is probably what we end up doing. This is another reason why I want to come back to Sargasso Bust after a bit of a time skip. Because I think there's... Oh, not a in-game time skip, like what we just had for this run. Like an IRL time skip, where I do some training. Here you go. Cozy buff really just negates the debuff of having out of temp with the critters. Yes, that's what I found to be most useful, especially when doing like the Paku shenanigans and all that. Right, well, I guess I could actually... Oh, I know what we want to do. We want to set up a separate wire for these, because I don't want to make conductive wires for all of this. Yeah, okay, so... We will do something similar over here. Hello, Uglavisk. Hope you're doing well. We're doing stuff. Yeah, you're running out of liquid now. That's good, I guess. And then eventually that's going to go
fluid intake.
Fluid intake, you're right. We do technically need some fluids. I probably should get something that's not Pepsi. As always, you're encouraging healthy habits. I'm not sure how much of this is going to get done while I'm gone, but we'll see. Nutrient bars, that's fine. We've established we're not printing any more dupes. We don't want to kill anyone. Yeah, more oxygen should be good. Very happy we're just building more and more Oxyferns. Okay, I'm going to speed one it while... Actually, you know what? Let's actually have a look at the fish while I'm gone. I'll go get some squash, and I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot. I actually have one of these. I'll have one of these. That sounds good. Nice. Fooled you all. In a way that's only purely counterproductive to me. Yeah, I do quite like these. I think they're actually getting on with these tasks pretty well now that we've got the electrolyzer over here. Hydrogen is going down into storage. It's because it's all ending up over here. I think I actually need to move the pump. Or, you know what? I'm going to be really lazy. I'm just going to tile these. Although, actually, I can't really quite do it like that, can I? I'm going to have to tile those. Yeah. I'm sure it's a really good use of the dupe's time. I guess it'll be a while before we release the rest of this polluted dirt, polluted water. That's fine. Yeah, polluted dirt is increasing. We now have 6.1 tons. So I'm pretty confident we can just keep repeating this fairly well. So let's put this in here. Let's put this in here. Let's put another door there. I can go there. And then I imagine what we'll do is we'll just have another column of ethanol distillers, and maybe I'll just push this all back, but not today. Then probably like this. There you go. How's the space biome handling all this gas pretty well. Yeah, it's all disappearing up here at the moment. That's fine. Woo! 5 stream streak. Go! Go you, Glavisk. Congratulations. Resources low, aluminium. You're actually still going to build this, right? Yeah, it's just really low priority. I guess. Right, do those tiles. I'm going to keep skilling people up until we actually hit a morale issue. Let's give you digging 3. And then we'll go back for masterworks on you. Then building, and then probably building again. There's no real need for me to do this drywall, but that's fine. Does it even count as watching a stream if you're 2 hours late? Oh, we've only been streaming for 1 hour and 52 minutes, actually, so I think we're alright. Right, this needs to go here. There you go. I'm very glad we are exporting metal from the other asteroid, otherwise this just never would have happened. So, this one actually needs to go here. And then, actually, hold on. I've still got some random pipes. Let's get rid of... oh, I don't know. I think we're going to figure out all that cooling stuff later. But we do need to put some pipe in here. So... there we go. Maybe it's worth adding a radiant segment at some point. Yeah. It's definitely generating some heat. We'll be alright. At least this is a little bit more exciting than yesterday. So... 12.5 ethanol distillers is what we figured out. So realistically, we're probably actually just going to end up with another column of 4 and a bit here, and then 1 more petroleum generator. Yeah, let's just do 12 ethanol distillers and 3 petroleum generators, and then we've actually got like the whole system sorted out. Yeah, I like that idea. So let's do that. This is so different than what I normally do in a run. Well, I guess because we're doing it in space, it's not going to cause a huge issue. Look how much CO2 we've got in here, though. Even with it, obviously CO2 sinks, right? So even with most of it going into space, we still actually have a large amount that we could put into, say, like a soda fountain, or we could dump that on Oxyferns. Actually, that's a good point. We can dump that onto Oxyferns. Generate some excess oxygen. Probably not the best idea in the world. I'm sure people are probably already getting popped eardrums from what's going on over here. Well, we'll see. You're actually erupting again. That's nice. This is filling up very quickly with polluted water. We could definitely run, like, a load of Oxyferns off of this if we really wanted. And in terms of temperature over here, I don't think it gets... I think this is fine. I think I judged this about right. I could actually just put a load more Oxyferns over here. At this point, the masks are mostly just for dupes actually digging around in the bit over here. Right, I need to make sure they don't dig this up under any cost. There's no heat leak here. Yeah, that's fine. The flying bees are now taking damage, but the bee tinies are still okay. Interesting. Okay, so I am going to need to make some more drywall over here as well. In fact, actually, that is the end of this, because this is where all the polluted water is coming out of. Have we actually been leaking any out of here? We have. Okay, that's good. And then you're actually pumping over here. I think I actually need to hook this up so we're not wasting power on this. Is all the wood going to be hand-delivered? Oh, Christ. Well, not forever. The plan is that we're going to fit mechatronics in here. We do have room for mechatronics. The issue is the metal. So for now, the dupes are going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. But that's fine. Also, look, we're spreading out the eggs into the bedrooms. We're going to have a load of pips in the bedrooms. Just to troll everyone. Oh, you know what? Let's switch to the camper bed. Seems fun. There's no way to just copy that across everything, is there? No. Okay. I like the noise it makes when you do this. We'll probably go beyond this amount of dupes, but we'll need to set some door permissions to stop killing the new dupes. Because we've literally killed off the prehistoric pair, which was not the intent at all, but that's what's ended up happening. Yeah, I like it. Okay, what else is the plan? Okay, we're running out of carbon dioxide. That's funny. Well, as I said, I don't want to overpressurize the base of oxygen, so I think that's fine. I think we just let these stifle every now and then. Oh, you know what I could do? I could just let this overflow over here. It's probably actually fine, isn't it? Because we're sieving all of this anyways. I would rather pump it from here, but like, realistically, if we're just dumping all the water over here anyways, then why not? And then you can just dig all of that as well. Yeah, so that is going in here. This is all choked up now. Wait. This is all choked up. Is that a good thing? That's a neutral thing. It's mixing the packets, but that's actually fine. Okay, that's fine. Right, so I think what I will do over here... Okay, let's print some prints. Fertilizer. You love the 3 tons of fertilizer. The fact that you get 3 tons of fertilizer from the printing pod just randomly is actually... I feel like that's the one... I feel like that's the one thing from the printing pod where it's so strong that it kind of warps the game around it a little bit. Because if you get a couple of early fertilizer prints, it just lets you use the farm stations more than you would otherwise. Like, obviously if you're Raji Drekos and you've got the phosphorite coming in, you can make fertilizer with the synthesizer pretty easily. But, like, just getting it for free from the printing pod is literally, like, the best source of it early on. But it's so random. 3 tons is a lot. Yeah, I feel like it should be, like, 500 kilograms. I feel like that would be the actual balanced amount of fertilizer for it to give you. But I'm not gonna say that Clay should change that, because I would really appreciate having the extra fertilizer. Right, yeah, sure, let's just do this. The final ethanol distiller isn't going to do too much stuff in the end. I think what I'll do is, yeah, just put these all in here like this. I am literally making these all out of uranium, by the way, because that's the metal that just happens to be around. So we're ending up with a load of random radioactive buildings in space. Great idea. And I don't believe there is anything wrong with me doing this. I guess all the CO2 is just gonna open up at the top. You know what, actually, we could do? We could actually just not drywall this. Oh, I forgot! We can make drywall with wood. Look! Guys, we have 33 tons of wood already. This is, the power of trees. Do I even need this ladder here? I don't know. I definitely don't need this. Yeah, leave that cut off there. Then... Okay, I mean... Maybe we don't actually need smart batteries on these. But maybe later on we do. Do uranium meteors deal tile damage? Not as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen it yet. But I built a big wall here anyways, just in case. I'm sure we'll get a couple of stray meteors in here, but I think it's acceptable, frankly. Oh look, they're using the rec room. Oh, you need a decor item? Have a flower pot. There you go. This is how we're tricking dupes to come into the nature reserve. That should give us a lot more leeway with morale. Someone's got food poisoning? That's fine. I think we should probably come up with a better way of actually putting pips back in here. To be honest, what we could probably do is remove one of the beds and then have like a pickup. Something along those lines. Right, so this is just going to go to these ones. And they're not all going to be running all the time, so I think we're fine. I think we're actually fine just running a regular wire off of this, because it's going to be oscillating like these ones, I think. And then let's see, so... That's going to go like that for the coolant. And then... We're going to want some vents in here just to get it started. It occurs to me that we probably need more masks than this. So let's just get rid of the power stuff now that we know that we have enough power. And I'll make a load more masks. Let's make 6 more masks. And then just stick them all in here. Because I think we need most of the dupes working on this now. This is a lot of stuff. Pretty happy with how this is going. We've still got the random wild trees down here too. Look, we have 44 tons of wood now. I talked about the wood like 5 minutes ago, and the amount is still increasing ridiculously. Yeah, there's even branches ready to harvest and everything. Dirt stocks have also increased drastically. I mean, was there some dirt down here? There was a lot of dirt down here, in all honesty. That was probably it. But that's fine. Yeah, I guess, actually... Now we have access to all of this stuff again. That's good too. Yeah, I think this is going alright. So, put a Joya in here, and then this counts as a rec room now. So yeah, that will lure dupes over into nature reserve. We've got the cuddle pip as well. Maybe the cuddle pip can go in here. There you go. I know what today's thumbnail is. It's gonna be this monstrosity. The only issue with having these things in here is you have the black space, but I think we can make it work. We'll just zoom in. Ominous void. Oh, you know what we could do? We could put like some Pokeshells in here just to hang out. I bet that noise would annoy you after a while. Right, I'm gonna already ate all of this stuff. Definitely feels like a harebrained scheme of some kind. I think we made pretty good of that mistake. It's on a hugging spree, even though he's glum. Respectable attitude. Yeah, let's get these back in here. How is the air doing? The air is doing fine. Not amazing, but fine. I do still need to tile this hydrogen out of here. But frankly, I think most of the hydrogen is settling up here. I think eventually it'll stop being a problem. Yeah, there's just a lot for these guys to do. You know what, make these out of copper ore. Well, there we go. I think we I think this is going all right. The reality is we probably actually have enough polluted dirt now. Yeah, we've got 9 tons. We could start just making the Pokeshell ranches. I think I am just going to stick them over here. But I want to get this all built first. It's just interesting. It's just interesting to me. And then we'll have a load of polluted water that we can filter and stuff. Yeah, we just got to build these docks. In fact, that needs to be priority 9 then, doesn't it? I also suspect that you don't actually have the aluminium to make this. So let's just make it out of tungsten instead. Because I need you to stop wasting power on this pump. I'm glad the pips are finally getting some love again, though. It's been a while, and they deserve it. Every bedroom will have a pip. The dartle is too hot, while the dartle is a useless sod who doesn't do anything, so I don't mind that you're too hot. You only eat dewdrops. You are therefore completely useless. I must admit, the game... I would like to see a variant of Dartles and Rexes, and I've talked about this before. I think that Feather Fiber should give more decor than Reed Fiber, because Rexes and Dartles are just so annoying in comparison. You know what, I'm going to print a Rex too, just get wrecked. Get wrecked by the Rex. But yeah, I feel like the hoops you jump through for Dartles and Rexes are a bit more complicated than with Drecos, and the payoff is not really higher. So, oftentimes, it actually makes sense just to prioritize the teleporter instead of Drecos rather than ranching Dartles and Rexes, which feels bad. But equally, if they produced way more Reed Fiber, I'm not sure... I don't know. It would still... I guess it would make the payoff better, but like, once you've actually got Reed Fiber production on lock, you don't really need more of it. I think the fact that it's just a more annoying source of fiber would still make it less used, even if it was technically more efficient. But if you made it like better decor for like snazzy suits and things, that gives people like an actual incentive to make like at least a small amount of feather fiber, and then the bulk of their stuff can be reed fiber. But that's what I think they should do. But I don't know how they would code that into the game and how it works. But I feel like it would make sense. Because you have some building materials that already give more material anyways. So, surely it makes sense. Right, you're filling up. This is good. These are heating up. I will have to put a coolant loop in here. So maybe that's what we do... Maybe that's what we do tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. We're going to be back on Friday. We're going to be back on Friday, and it's actually going to be Halloween. So, yeah. On the other hand, if it's your only source of carbon fiber, then you're forced to ranch them at some point. Well, yeah, I mean, yes, if you want the absolute max decor, but, like, again, it's a DLC thing. Like, you might not have it on the majority of runs. Basically, what I want to make sure is, when you're playing with the Prehistoric Planet Pack, that they're not outclassed in their own circumstance. Like, because every DLC adds something that's really, really powerful compared to the base game. Like, Frosty Planet Pack stuff is very powerful. Phloxes produce so much wood. Mammoths, renewable metal with the regal mammoths. Jorbos for the rust, lure plants, and for the plastic. Very, very powerful, and I still haven't heard people talking about them. I need to get that lure thing done. You punch a hole or two in the drywall so CO2 can drain out. Yes, this is the big hole. Up here. I don't really mind it all building up in the room. To be honest, I kind of like that it's absorbing some of the heat. I kind of like that the pressure is building up. But it will eventually be released over here. Although, actually, this raises a fair point. The buildings won't actually overpressurize, will they? Is there actually even a reason not to let this just infinitely pressurize with CO2? Like, will it eventually just stop running at, like, 1,000 kilograms per tile of CO2? I wouldn't have thought so. Obviously, there'll be a point where we can't dump more ethanol in here. It looks like people are actually getting over here now. This is good. Seeing as you haven't set up mechatronics, the dupes will get popped eardrums when they fill the distillers. Yes. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right there. Maybe we don't put in all the drywall. But I want to have all the drywall for the screenshot today. That's what I want to do. But yes, I think long term we should actually have all of this be exposed except for the liquid tiles. When the liquid spawns, it spawns on this bottom tile, right? So we can have just the bottom row for all of these, right? And then these ones by the chute will need to be drywall. But then all of these can be fine. Right, so... Oh, what's the situation with this? So that is just going to come over here, right? Yeah. We'll do something involving that. And then, once you actually stop dumping ethanol in here... You know what? That's probably enough ethanol. I think we'll just send you this way now. And then, that should be enough ethanol to get this to run continuously. And then that will stop triggering me. Right? Good. Yeah, it's coming out of this tile, by the looks of it. Circuit overloaded. Oh. Oh, because you're on the phone. Oh, lol. Well, that's fine. I don't overly care about that. Oh. Oh, wait. All the dupes are coming in here. Oh, okay. Alright. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to cut it. What is going on here? Oh yeah, really good use of metal in this metal shortage. Good job. Yeah, I guess that makes sense though, because they're going to be using the phone so often. Be pleased about all these trees. That is so much wood though. But yeah, pretty much everyone can access this room now, so we should get a lot of stuff built. I just love how the drywall looks. It's so pretty. I can't help it. How is the tungsten production? Okay, so the issue is, so first of all, we know we can't mechanize this one, but that's fine. I want the dupes to come in the nature reserve anyways. These ones I do want to mechanize, but that's going to be somewhere in the region of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the conveyor loaders. It's going to be somewhere in the region of 2,000 refined metal per tree set. So that's going to be a lot of refined metal. So I'm going to have to get you to keep digging all of this. You're currently making... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you're gonna... Okay, I've changed my mind. Oh no. We've got to make a freezer. You've got to store all of the frost buns somewhere actually cold. Okay. It's gonna have to be in here. That's not a good plan. Oh my god. This is unacceptable. Right, well, it's cold enough in here. I'm just gonna have to get you to put the frost buns in here. I've let you cook for way too long. Yeah, I guess just do that. No, we haven't heated them up too much. The issue is, I need somewhere with CO2. This is full of oxygen. I guess eventually it will fill with CO2. I mean, to be fair, the sleep weeds are also just naturally occurring, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But, like, I feel so bad that we're just wasting all these wild resources. The heck is going on with your oxygen situation? Oh, it's just all the carbon dioxide is building up. We've got more polluted water. More ice. You could sweep all of this too. Right. Frost buns go in here. I know it's a little bit of a trek, but it has to be done. In fact, you know what? Dig that. That'll help. And then maybe actually what we do is we tile this. Get some of this oxygen out of here. Sorry, this is the side quest while we're waiting for them to build everything. Gotta get these frost buns nice and safe. Sweetle, you're not going to enjoy it. Is there any carbon dioxide I can just dump here? a little up here, actually. You know what? If I just dig this, then we dig that, that should help, right? That's a lot of carbon dioxide. And then I can keep tiling this as well. I know I don't even technically really need to do this, but I'm going to anyways. What was that all about? That was a very tiny nap. Oh, your sleep's getting interrupted. Okay, in that case I actually need to deal with this. Maybe just these bits. Maybe that'll do for now. Not that I'm overly happy about this. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's not. That's too hot. Okay, fair enough. Pokeshell's doing. Yeah, we've got a fair few Pokeshells over here now. That's good. Oxyferns are kind of stifling. There's a bit too much air in the air. That's good. That's fine. Let's partyate all of this. I can go there. I'll set these. I'll set these batteries to the same thing. That's fine. It's very, very tempting to actually get you to export some these. Right. Oh, the Sweetles pollinated the sleepweed. That's hilarious. Right, okay, well that was a good amount of carbon dioxide, and there's actually more up here. So if I come up here, then we can actually dig this out. And then that can settle in here as well, and then we should be able to... Oh look, there's a Sweetle. Okay, okay, good news is this is all getting stored now. That's good. Okay, this is good. Crisis averted. We also have the natural gas over here if we want to do some fancy cooking. Got some grubs. Nice. It's nice. I don't think we're planning on doing anything with them, but it's still nice. Ah, yes. Progress. I think I'm doing well. What have we got in here now? Oh, right. Send green signal if above, like, 50 kilograms, I guess. That sounds good to me. We could dig this as well. Get it out of here. Have I really been playing this for like over 30 cycles today? I guess we speed 3 with this run a lot. That's fine. Yeah, keep getting rid of this hydrogen. Oh, everyone's getting stressed. Yeah, everyone's getting popped eardrums, as you said. Right. Well then. I should probably open this up then. Oh my god, that's a lot of carbon dioxide. Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna hang around here and we're gonna get a thumbnail shot. Let's hang around until someone actually comes and loads one of these with wood. And then we'll get rid of the drywall. And then we'll call it, I think. Because I'm pretty happy with how this is working. How much blue dirt we got now? We got like 13 tons. Of course, everyone's on break at the moment. But yeah, here's the other fun thing about Radioactive Ocean start. You don't have access to any reed fiber sources until you do rocket travel. Oh, there's Neo. Yeah, Neo's not very happy about this. Yeah, you don't have any reed fiber sources until rocket travel, so we can't really do suits for any of this unless we're planning on doing space travel, which we're not. So, yeah. Right. Well, I think we'll just do the shot of Neo then, and then what I'll do is I will, because they've done all the drywall now, whatever. Let's actually get rid of this then. Oh, we need this because that's where the polluted water is going to go. Let's see how that looks, and then I'll just get rid of it in this chute as well. We definitely don't need it over here. And then the dupes will curse my name forever. Then, oh, okay. Let's actually unpause it while we do this. And then this is literally just going to be this whole area, right? We didn't need any of that drywall. Just like, why are we here? Okay. You know what? Actually, let's speed through it. Let's see them do all of this. Let's see them do all of this. Bet they love me. Because the popped eardrums is going to be a big issue. Even not being on max difficulty. Watch that gas just disappear. And you know what? I think that will do. Yeah, so what are we going to do tomorrow then? So, we have enough of the products. Oh, what are we going to do on Friday? We have enough of the products. We can start doing the Pokeshell ranches. I think if we're going to put them anywhere, let's put them here. Because this space is nice and clear. There's no saltwater guys are in the way. No, it'll be Friday. Because it's Halloween. We can actually start looking at the Pokeshells on Halloween. That sounds like a good idea. And I think that's it. I mean, oh, the cooling with the ice makers. We'll have to do that as well. But maybe that can wait. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play until it gets to nighttime, and then maybe I'll actually remember to have the music on at the start. Game music. Pretty happy with how this is going, though. And next time, I think what we'll have to do is we'll just have to... Wait, are you actually deconstructing? Yes, you are. Yeah, next time, if we're going to do Pokeshells, we'll just have to do them on a map where we actually have a polluted water geyser, and then we just know we can run the trees, and then we know that that makes sense. Because running it off of hot water sources, I don't think makes sense. I mean, yeah, because the trees only go up to 40 degrees. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Right, okay, let's save it. Let's save it. Let's get out of here. We'll go raid someone. know I'm ending a little bit early. I'm just going to catch my beauty sleep. But thanks for hanging out, everyone. It's been fun, as always. Hope you've enjoyed it today. Thanks very much for sticking around Live Action Pixel. Appreciate your company. I appreciate all of your company. If you're still here from Carrie Actually's raid, thank you very much for sticking around. It's nice that us ONI streamers all seem to be sharing our community amongst each other. Definitely not a zero-sum game. We just want more people interested in Oxygen Not Included. But as I said, my plans for 2026 with this channel are to slightly pivot into some other games as they're coming out. We will be doing other games more on Twitch, but the YouTube will still be primarily making Oxygen Not Included content because I still have a lot of guide videos I want to make. So for all of you YouTube members, because we actually have 3 YouTube members now, which is very nice. Thank you very much for your contributions as well. We will be keeping up with all of that, and if I really run out of Oxygen Not Included content to make, I will still work on the montages of the previous runs because I like editing those together, and those people like those videos, so I will make them as well. But yeah, we're gonna try out some different things in 2026 as well. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy Surviving Mars. I know I keep saying it, but like, it does feel similar. It scratches the same itch as ONI does for me, and it's just a bit different. And you know what they say, variety is the spice of life. But thanks for hanging out, little Psycho Panda. You've been lurking, fair enough. Nothing wrong with lurking. But as always, I post on the Discord about what I'm doing on a specific day or what my plans are. Yeah, I think 2026 will be a good year. Especially because we will get my new computer at some point. Very keen on that. I'm going to go raid Oversimulated. They're currently on the Prehistoric Planet Pack. They're on cycle 2000+. So that seems fun. Let's see what they're up to. Where's the music? Oh, we reached the end of the music. Ooh. Ooh hiss. Right. Bye, everybody. See you later.